When it comes to preparing for the inevitability of getting older, the important discussion of what the long-term plan is for you or a loved one's care can never happen too soon. Have a look.
Joining us now is attorney John Michaelson with Michaelson & Associates. John, long-term care, it's a scary thing. People don't want to have to think about being cared for a long time, but what are some of the misconceptions of long-term care and planning for it?
I think one of the misconceptions is that it's just not going to happen to me. You know, that people put it off. They feel like sometimes if they plan, that means it's going to happen to them. And the reality is it's just so much easier on the family, on your spouse, on yourself, your peace of mind, if you can just take some proactive steps ahead of time to plan in case somebody's health, like if it's a couple, you know, is it possible that at some point down the road someone's health is going to go down, and it might be a sudden event, could happen over time. Family's going to be able to do a lot more if they give themselves more of a lead.
Right, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of what it costs to be cared for a long time.
Yeah.
So when you're planning for that, a lot of it has to do with finances, right?
Yes, it does. Well, you could have in-home care for, I guess, an hourly amount. It can be hundreds of dollars up to several $1,000s to $10,000, $15,000 a month, depending on the level of care that's needed and the facility that you want to stay in.
And it could be after a stroke, a fall, accident.
So a lot of clients come in when, for example, the husband will have a stroke or something happens and he becomes disabled. It could be that maybe the husband or the wife has some significant memory decline and it's happening pretty fast. And the question is, how do we provide for the spouse that's well, the well spouse? Sometimes we call them the community spouse, and then there's the institutional spouse. The well spouse is saying, look, I love my spouse, but I'm not sure what to do. The kids are alarmed.
What do you do as an attorney to prevent any of the situation where they would be under financial stress?
You've got to have your estate plan in place. You got to have designated who's going to act for you, which of your kids is going to be in charge, or your spouse, you know, especially if there's remarriage. A lot of families are blended families now. So the estate plan is a good one up front. Also, I think people should see a good financial advisor. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think they should seek out a good professional that can help them look at their taxes and see how they can stretch their dollars. There are some more sophisticated planning options that you can do that probably you should see an attorney about, and just see if there are ways that you can structure what you have to last as long as possible.
And when it comes to your estate plan, that also includes health directives, right?
Yes, absolutely. You've got your healthcare power of attorney, your financial power of attorney, and the trust. All these things help keep you out of guardianship. That's something we want to try to avoid if we can, and having those documents in place really does help.
And I know, working in senior care in the past, families that are in dire situations when they don't have these things in place.
We love helping seniors and their families plan to have peace of mind and stretch their dollars as long as possible. We have a lot of great techniques, a lot of expertise in our office. By the way, we have offices in Reno, Summerlin, and Henderson.
If you want more information, you can call John Michaelson at Michaelson & Associates at 702-731-2333. John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kai.